It's gone really quite wrong there, or they've just agreed that there's not really much they can do here because they don't have a strat book and they're playing on the fly. I don't know.
Yeah.
I would have to ask them why they wouldn't do that. It really doesn't make sense at a major not to use a timeout when you're down. That's this game doesn't make much sense, to be honest.
Let's see. Our first round goes down on our second map. Last series of the secondary stream for tonight.
It could be the final map.
Could be.
It's a good chance it will be. So what have we got then? Golden with the smoke and 2 flashbangs here. Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed. Crazy stuff happening next door.
Design flaw almost there.
Perhaps. Starladder NRG, of course, happening live here in Berlin as well.
Well, looking for that mid control towards short. NiP. Oh, it's done that thing again. We've got the teams around the wrong way. That just always makes things.
And I'll throw an extra spanner in the works. No X-ray, Henry. So we're really going to have a couple of curveballs for this round. So it's going to be NiP on the right-hand side of your screen, and we're going to have North on the left-hand side of your screen as well. Alrighty then.
Right.
So, Easy still breathing, albeit only just a fraction of health. They will be smoking on it. Could be a pinch towards the B side. Smoke arrives and they just start to flood in. The Swedes heading towards Gade's domain. Is he alone? It's going to be him and AZ, but AZ, of course, we talked about it, was tagged up. That doesn't stop him hitting the shot, though. Gade still standing, only for a moment. Does see the access to the site, but the bomb's not with them. Get Ryan Forrest, the dastardly duo, now just one man.
Yeah, the bomb's outside the window as well. It really is in an awkward spot. He'll have to fully commit out the window to grab it. See if it can be done. Oh, that's not bad from Forrest.
That's a huge connection. Already one of them's low as well. Yugi is. If he can find Kirby's head, he had a chance. But that chance removed all quickly. 3 in the round from Forrest.
Yeah, decent attempt there. That was actually a pretty nice B split coming in. We've seen lots of those sort of approaches, walking out the mid doors first instead of sending the telegraph smoke from outside the middle doors, and managing to at least gain some access towards B, but the bomb goes down at the worst possible time. Forrest did great work to get 3 kills, but no plant comes in. I assume they'll fall by all the same into the next round. You're going to see an AK for Lecro, just the hero purchase here. So Forrest, after getting 3 kills at extra money, he'll drop the AK. Lecro invests his. They had this on train as well, if you remember. Didn't lead to success, but maybe Lecro can find an opening. He's got 1 smoke, AK, and a helmet as well, as we get into round number 2. Just looking to cause damage here. They'll still buy up next round regardless. Win or lose, of course.
So an AK-47 and a Desert Eagle is everything that's not a Glock. Coming into the second round.
Yeah, very slow matchup this one so far.
Has been.
You'd think NiP, considering their position, it'd be lots of just group play, fast approaches with confidence, trying to hit some shots. You've got some fantastic aimers in this team. You've got Lecro, Forrest, Rez. These are big names in the fragging department. You think you just use those guys, throw them in like a fist. But either way, in towards B we go. Engage. Waiting the bomb site. He's in trouble. He gets taken down. AZ with the UMP will be in trouble as well.
That Glock train was rather scary. 2 of them just start tapping away at you. Their pea shooters start to sting. Now,
got a rifle as well.
You have to remember this retake. Yes, it should be difficult, but only against the one real threat. Golden admittedly has the unarmored FAMAS. He's managed to pick that up off the corpse of Gade, but still, this should be favouring the CTs. But not if Lecro is given opportunities like that. Golden gets another opportunity, and just like that, with very little, NiP will fight back. Second round of play, and already the first on the board for the Swedes.
Yeah, that's much more like it. Glocks, a Deagle, and 1 AK-47. Yugi's making sure that no one can leave alive here by the looks of things. Forrest will try and hold into the FAMAS at this stage as Yugi just patrols that AK-47, trying to stay outside the blast, and it will be Yugi to get his 3rd kill of the round. They actually have more players remaining going into the next, but let's get right. He'll save a Glock. No armor. Wasn't able to recover anything. Might as well have gone down with the ship.
Yeah, his dignity, perhaps. And his KD. Well, actually, never mind. 0 and 1. Let's see that again from Yugi. He actually locks down this second cross through the doors. Forrest was trying to sweep up that AK-47 and disappear off to CT, but not to be. AK-47 brought into the 3rd round of play. Yugi managed to grab it.
And an AWP as well. So they've got plenty of money here. This is what we said. Dust 2, there's a chance they can do something with this. North, to give this map up, considering what we saw in the first showing, that would be a bit of a nightmare, to be honest. Lecro using the AK towards middle. Yuki does have that rifle safe in the previous round. A slow approach here, going through the motions, trying to work out what kind of setup they're up against here. Yugi will have the AK towards the A site. I think we have Kiabi on short. Smoke towards CT spawn, just to suggest a B split, maybe drop player off A. Actually going to commit off it by the looks of things. Forest will use his opportunity to look towards the window. Golden with the first. That was toward the back of the B side there. AZ dropped to the platform.
Yeah, so they're going to be focusing on this mission. Golden enables them to find a way in. Forrest is just going to confirm it. As you get Kirby locked out from CT spawn, he gets fragged up. The rest not going to be able to make an impact in this one whatsoever.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be first. I would require something special for somebody to take that away from him.
I do want to see Golden like towards the I was going to say the new year, it's not that far around, but yeah, at the end of 2019, I'd love to see him in a jersey back on our screens.
Yeah, he's a great player, very valuable asset, considering he's an accomplished in-game leader as well.
Certainly.
Experienced in North America,
Never felt
fanatic, NiP.
Never felt like the Cloud9 project really got going.
No, that was a case of mismanagement, I would say. So many different rosters and strange decisions overall. They had relative success, but considering the prestige attached to the Cloud9 organization, it never really took off with that particular iteration of it. Cloud9 trying to hold up the AK, might be able to do it here. Needs to get out. If he can, that Krieg's not worth it. Just needs to stay alive towards a blue bin, which he will by the looks of things. There we have it.
Nice delivery from Get Right. It was an UMP he was trying to save.
Yeah.
The hunt costs them potentially, as that's going to be pretty much all that North can muster, I imagine.
Yeah, I think they have to take an eco here. They could maybe get P250s, not even that, or $2,000 to be honest. Need every last cent. Round 4, AWP for Forest still. Looking for that initial damage, nothing found at the start.
A triple boost.
Is that game still going?
There's no way. I just had triple boost come out of Jason's mouth. That sounds absurd.
Stylish one. Triple boost look all the way over, and at least that gives the illusion that 3 people were there in about 40 seconds, so they have a little bit to work with here. Quite enough. They're now going back.
Traveling as a pack is this USP, unarmored USP, the full eco.
Yeah, just making sure they protect that AK for the next round, I suppose. This could be interesting though. It looks like they're maneuvering towards the A side. It's Golden, waiting for any opportunities he can find. Flash is pretty decent. Headshot's even better.
That's a really big connection because now things could get a little dicey. Get Right's in there. It's just USPs, I'll remind you, but Valda's still there and making that rifle count. 2 frags with the AK, now they Scarper.
Yeah, they can recover those 2 AKs on the other side they just got as well, so now the odds starting to shift here. NiP trying to recover the situation, heading towards middle, but the AKs have been found. Rez towards CT spawn, lovely shot, looks like Crisis has been averted here. And Wazy gets another, 2 on 2. They still haven't planted, there's still a chance.
So much ground to cover there, and I think Valda's already going to start his maneuvers. It makes sense. Leaving AZ as the contingency plan, should they be sneaking up short? They don't have the information yet, they don't know for certain, and neither do the ninjas. As you can see, they are going to start clearing everything. Crow's doing that. Forest making sure Plateau's clear, and even having a little glance towards CT. Spawn bomb goes down default.
Explode debris. That is beautiful.
Valda's got no health. He's the one with the Kevlar. AZ's still on shore. I think they're just going to take these AKs into the next.
I think that's probably the wise and informed decision, considering that it's been a bit of a rough start after winning the pistol. North were expecting to get the nice 3-0 conversion, doesn't happen. And now up to Valda and AZ to save the AK-47s, but great weapons to have in the defense. No utility to take over. Valda still has his helmet though, even though there's a 5 HP, we don't have to invest in that next round. Armor in Counter-Strike's a little bit odd. It doesn't really matter what the value is. It could be at 20 and still be just as effective. It's kind of strange like that. Like you don't really have to rebuy it. So the number value doesn't really serve any purpose.
The only mechanic of it is just so that if it's not on 100, you can't get the cheap helmet.
If the Kevlar is not 100 from the pistol, yeah, that's the only difference maker. So like it doesn't really, the number doesn't really mean anything anything about it, unless it's like it's either damaged or it's not. That's pretty much what it has to be.
Precisely.
It could just be cracked.
It could be an icon, right?
Yeah, it could just be cracked or not.
That's an interesting tidbit.
Well then, here we go. First proper gun round here. Orbs on either side. Yuki and Dust 2 up against Forest. Flashbangs delivered towards middle. It's Rez. We haven't seen much in terms of fast-paced play here from both teams, to be honest. And if I was an NiP, that's what I'd be gunning for. Just going around together, finding those frags and applying pressure, being a nuisance. Big round here for North. Give this one up. They might find themselves in a bit of a hole.
Certainly.
At some point during that game. I mean, what an enjoyable game that was. I mean, to do the counter, it's so good, isn't it? When it gets that level, you have to love it. I really can't believe that I managed to.
So early hold doesn't really render too much, and actually Yugi's going to be the first to be tested on short. Rez's Molotov will force him off, and not going to wait around to find out how that spreads.
Indeed. Good grenade. 44 HP. Oh, and a third. That one not as effective.
But you couldn't ask for more information, really, could you? You know where the 3 CTs were. Have to piece together where they're moving to, because I think Kyabi might be considering a sneak. He's tucked himself up against the door for now. And the fact is that he hasn't had the call that NiP are committing towards A, and in 30 seconds he can just hit the brakes. You'll hear the steps of Lekra lower. Get right in the meantime plans to be the late arrival from Long. You can see Forest is joining him, so this does look like it's going to be an A finish. But they're running out of time, Henry. And Yugi's already caught Forest.
Yeah, 20 seconds here. This doesn't look great for an NiP, I have to be honest. They're going to have to fully commit up short. And look at Valda's position. He has got prime spot here to find multiple kills. He gets the most important kill of them all. He takes down the bomb. That is going to be the round. It's going to be a 5-on-1 get right to save the AWP. Looks like he'll be able to do that, considering he's making his way towards T-spawn. No CT presence there whatsoever. So won't be the round victory for an NiP, but they'll at least take something into that next round. No money for get right, but he has 1,700 in reserve. Can at least get some grenades to go to the AWP, and he has a decent long spawn.
Ooh,
so we'll keep it on him. He'll probably go for it, to be honest. Like, they don't have much to welcome in this round. They might as well try and get the opener. Does get right fancier, though? Like, it's not known to be an AWPer, but
no, it looks like he threw it away to someone else.
I think, like, considering the round you're about to have, you should be taking that spawn, but each their own.
Well, yeah, Dust 2 is often described as a spawn-based map, that's for sure, but often those spawns, those plays off those spawns are supported by your teammates. Get right perhaps didn't want to go on a one-man mission, instead decides to get it to the hands of Forest for the slow and methodical approach that the Swedes have been,
it makes sense.
Yeah, using so far. Got them 3 rounds back-to-back, 3 plants back-to-back as well.
Yeah, they're not going for a flashy play style or trying to mix things up, just run the defaults. Golden with the deagle this time. Great positioning from Gade. Will he be detected?
Golden's done great work with this with the Krieg. I think the deagle might be a bit too much of a challenge. And so very similar. Same formula. Early hold. Gather up. This time the long presence doesn't look like it's going to be present. Instead, 5 men gathering towards Xbox and short. They're going to be actually walking into what will only be a single held site. Just Valda at the moment towards Goose. Yugi actively holding it, and so now here comes the push. Smoke off towards CT. It's all good for them. That's going to limit Kyabi, but not if he just puts bullets through the smoke. Double kill from Kyabi as they descended, leaping off of short, and that leaves them with very little time, very little players, very little chance. Valda tapping away a spray for the third, and North find their third.
Yeah, that wasn't bad at all from Valda. Manages to get 3 on the board, Kyabi with the other 2, and it will be financial ruin now for NiP as they find themselves with $2,000 per player. And we get into round 7 here. Yuki back on the AWP, and here's the replay as they drop down towards spawn. You can see Kyabi had all the vision, all the intel required. Flashbang comes over the top. Valda helps himself to 3 very clean kills. Confident stuff there. We'll move into the next round. It's going to be number 7 here, full eco. Glocks only. They managed to get some success with Glocks before, but they had an AK within the mix as well. This is a full eco, not a single dollar.
chance to stretch.
Oh, we got a player in towards long doors. That's going to be Valda. Does he want to go any further?
I mean, he would potentially catch Get Right, who's been left with the responsibility of just watching any top mid push from the CT aggression.
Yeah, this is about as exciting as this round gets. If
Henry,
Valda pushes
I'm
out.
struggling to understand. When you're going into a full eco against a full buy,
Yeah.
this kind of default spread, the thought process here,
Well, you've got two players in each position. If
Right.
they push in the CT side, they're pushing towards short, the orb, or the boosting, something like that. At least you have two players in each position. Like these rounds are pretty null and void, to be honest,
course.
anyway, right? Best you can hope for is getting the bomb down, so you might as well wait until the initial utility is used as well. They're going to throw HU at the
Drain
start.
utility.
So yeah, even if you don't get any kills, if you cost them all of their grenades, that's money removed at least, right? It's not really worth mentioning. It's not really a thing we talk about that much, but it definitely
It's
has
part
a
and
knock-on
parcel.
effect. Yeah.
Looks like they're about to be running into AZ. Gets all the number, all the info. Just a little damage on Get Right. Now they try to advance. He does manage to catch the majority, and Kirby will finish this one off. Just going to be golden left exactly where he was last seen. Oof, lovely crispy shot onto Kirby, but that won't mean much. Instead, North will string together, I believe that's their third now. 3 in a row on their CT side. Valda, we saw that gorgeous 3K from him before. Well, he's on 9-1 at the moment. The leader of North and a player who I'm really looking forward to seeing just how consistent and how high he can climb.
Double orbs for sure. Scout for Forest. Electro and Get Right. Two players that haven't really contributed so far, but very early on in the map so far. And this is their pick. They're going to at least win this half, Alex. It has to be a win if we're going to start believing they can do this. Right now, that isn't impossible. They're around behind. AZ though, that's ambitious. Does he get out? Looks like he's fine.
Quite, I mean, that is very ambitious. You said you wanted to see a spurt of aggression. I'm not complaining, loving that. And actually, with the fact they have a double AWP, Yugi's there to fill in the gap. Aggression from Valda. You wanted it, you get it the round after.
There we go. That's the kind of play I want to see from North. Like, they should be just mowing NiP down with aggression, teamwork. Nothing too crazy, you know, but they should be looking like they're having more fun than this.
Certainly. But I think it's also, you know, when you're playing not to lose,
I know.
it's always a scary trap.
It just doesn't instill me with confidence for them to
yeah.
make it to the top 8. You know? Like if they're struggling here and not looking like they're having a good time. Like imagine if NRG were against this NiP right now. They would
We'd be hearing them
styling
squeal.
on them. You
Yeah,
know?
sure.
They would be going nuts. They would be running around just getting killed all over the place. I feel like North have just lost the wind out of their sails somewhat, finding themselves in the 0-2 bracket. If they can win this one 2-0, start to find some form, I think they'll be okay, but certainly not the team I saw last week.
Yeah, I mean, North run. Let's not forget they had to start this adventure at the minor, no less.
Yeah.
Minor challenger stage, just dust off the shoulder. Now, into the Legends stage, it's proved more challenging. Damn, I'm just checking the final result.
NiP timeout, just to note.
Yeah, there it is.
First
the first
one of the series, second map comes in. They're going to be eco from what I can tell. They've got $3,000 per player. It's the first time they've taken. Mac 10 for Electro. They're taking a partial buy then. See if there's anything to be found. 10s, 5-7s, a Tech 9. Here's the shots from Yugi. Towards T-spawn. All over the place. Round 9, and it looks to be some form of a B rush. You've got 4 players towards the tunnels. It doesn't look like they're slowing down with an early grenade, but they slow the tunnels there. First kill come in. Lecro removed. Valda's starting to feel it now. You can see he's pushed long previously, now pushing short. This is more like it. Like you should be sending out a message that this isn't a problem for you. This game.
Even if it's just a message to yourself, you know, just like, guys, this. We have played 2 close and tough games. NiP didn't have much to show for themselves on train. Let's see what happens here. They do have flash out. They were all playing anti-flash. They burst into the side gate in this corner. Makes light work of it.
Yeah, that's more like it. 6-3 now. NiP won the force buy in the second round. From that, they managed to get 3 in a row, all via explosion. And now find himself into round 10. That was a partial buy previously. Loss bonus starting to rack up now. It's actually at the maximum. So that's $3,400 per player. Electro and Get Right still MIA. Rez not far behind them.
If you start kind of thinking about it, there is a chance that, you know, this may be the last chance we get to see some of the names in that NiP roster at a major circuit. This loser of this game will be sent back to forced to qualify through the minors if they want to attend the next major. With Dust2 being NiP's pick, this is their chance to equalize, send us to a third, nuke, should we need it. Bombs way back at T-spawn. NiP hoping to catch that aggression we've seen.
The problem I have with this is, yeah, default to Final Dust 2. It's just, I don't think NiP have the tools at their disposal right now to make a default really work. I feel like the spawn-based gameplay,
right,
taking those advantages, going in and just going in for those duels, like, you're going to get the most out of Rez in that way, right? To say, right, we're going to throw a couple of smokes here, we're all going to run up together with 2 flashbangs behind it. Rez, use that godlike aim you've got. Let's see what you can do. Let's roll back the years to Oakland. Let's see what you're capable of. But right now, you're just getting picked off one by one. You're trying to deliver executions.
Kind of held on a leash.
Yeah, like, let's just throw caution to the wind here. Let's give it to them.
Let's do it. Let's just play some Counter-Strike.
Yeah, like, just play loose, play fast. Valder is going to absolutely wreck them there.
Good flash, does force Yugi off, but they're not going to be ready for this one. Get right caught with his back, presents it now. This follow-up flash should enable a second. Valder's just going to do damage instead. Yugi is continuing to deliver with his AWP, locks down long. Just Rez and Lekro, they're the ones that arrive from short.
It's 15 seconds, Alex. They can't even get the bomb here. They run the clock down so low. When they do commit, there's actually 0 chance of winning the round.
Ooh.
They've all gone along with no real pressure. You can see the AWP wasn't flashed. They overlooked the blue bin. Just stick together, keep it simple. Let's start just grouping up.
Keep
run out
it
of time.
simple. Running out of time, losing the bomb.
That's just overthinking it. It's Dust 2, for God's sake. Let's just use the advantages of the map. I thought there was a reason they picked this.
Just to have that kind of,
yeah,
you know, the last hurrah.
Super loose, just have fun. Like,
drag it out.
Probably not going to win, let's be honest. Probably not. But let's give them a good game. Let's work to our strengths, which is aiming and being Counter-Strike veterans. I don't really have to think too hard about running faster rounds and hitting shots.
Let's have a look what they do with the sidearms and
I don't mind this.
rifle.
Contact towards B with the smoke, that's fine. That can work. One effective flashbang can win you around. We've seen it so many times.
Or if you're G2, win you 13. I mean, yeah, contact B, it's a...
This is fine. I like this much more than the defaults. They can't overlook this left-hand position, though. They might do.
Oh, and they do, and it's huge from Gade. There's another Defiant already tagged up Rez. It'll be easy to connect on that AWP, and yeah, an open and shut case. And therefore, NiP perhaps back to the drawing board. That was admittedly just the one hero rifle on Lekro. See that again.
Yeah,
so the gap of the dribble smoke.
Yeah, it's designed so you can actually get out yourself without the
out the left
screen.
side, right?
You need a flash at least, right? You need to apply a bit of pressure and be checking the first guy needs to be like focused in that position. No one really seemed to be aware of it. Here we go, a bit of a long spawn. Rez, I've been waiting for this. Let's see what can be done here. They're out and it hasn't got much better, to be fair.
Oh, and the nades come raining in, and Rez actually didn't take too much damage. A failed nade from Kirby, and that's going to cost him. Traded by Valder.
Well, Lekro's through. He can do something with this. Easy plays it smart, though. He knows there's a chance of that smoke down. So every chance he can sneak out. Lekro still. Great shot. Gade, though, lower B. He's got a guaranteed back on Lekro. Oh, damn, maybe not. That was close. Forest. Oh, with Gade's face. It's a hybrid.
Ooh, a brand new looking Forest. Quick shave of both hair and ears.
It's a full trim. This is what he looks like without the beard.
Yeah, it's been a while since you saw that.
Oh dear, I think he might be done for here. Decent attempt, but just the bomb plant. They have tried everything now, to be fair. That long rush, I'm hoping. The thing is, like, to get a really successful long rush, if you watch the top teams now, if you watch Liquid, for example, they do a long take, they've got Nitro doing the exact same flashes every time. They've got the smoke on the corner, they've got pumping flashes from T-spawn as they commit, and they're turning their backs running towards the pit. It's difficult to take, don't get me wrong, but didn't really make much of it in there at all. We'll see if round 13 will lead into any sort of success here.
Oh, look at the consistency. That's 8 rounds now in a back-to-back from North. Taking a look at the scoreboard, you can see Golden, the front runner. He is, of course, just filling in.
That's not good news. If you're stand-ins, the only one who's performing. Yeah, rushing along again. Yeah, I like this though, Alex. This is what I wanted. I'm getting it now. This is what I wanted to see, you know? Get stuck in. Let's
Asking
score
you
some
shall
trades.
receive. There we go.
Why were they overthinking it?
Good flashes from Golden as well. He caught them
That's all
both.
they needed. Just get out there and challenge them. Instead of going one by one in these slow defaults, no time left. At least challenge some trades. Here we go. Get right. Quiet game so far, but this should be a guaranteed frag. There it is. Takes down Gade. It was laboured, but he got there. 4-2. AZ. Nice shot towards Golden. They've turned things down in terms of the pace there. Going to go back towards maybe even T spawn and go towards B. We'll see. Yeah, off they go.
This was a 2 versus 4.
Well, they've got AZ to contest with
the
towards
AWP.
B. This is not looking good. If they do the dribble smoke, they're going to know they're coming. You need that smoke of post plan ready for the doors. He will get at least one of those. They can only face check it. That's all they can do. They can maybe jiggle it and bait out a shot. But if AZ is given one of these opportunities, he probably takes down the bomb if it goes first. That's why I think they're going to send Lekro in first. But if he gets one of these and survives, will they even have the audacity to push further and try and challenge the AWP again? Let's check out AZ's positioning and see what he's up to. That's the jiggle we are looking for. And AZ recovers. So you can see they can't really justify
What do you do now?
challenging
Get right
him now.
kind of is their chance. Coming from doors and AZ could get pushed in. That's a way in.
That's nice.
20 seconds info on Valda's positioning as well. Rez will convey that information, gets himself the bomb plant safely, and keeping that in mind, tries to draw Rez's eyes towards the window with this sound cue, and Get Right handles it. In the round, he said some of the individuals weren't showing up, and Get Right was one of them. He's just gone and quadrupled his kills.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. That was nice stuff from Get Right. That was a bit of classic lurking action, Alex.
Yeah, arriving just when he needed to as well.
You can see his teammate goes down. Ideally, they could have had him right up to the bomb site before that went down, but it all works. They got the round they needed. This is their pick. We said they had to win this out for us to start believing here, but they'll go back into the default. Too long, 2 towards B once he spawned. I would like the long retake, we used to call it, when you're smoking twice towards long corner itself and you're segregating those Ts, or CTs I should say, and then you're flashing over and taking it. Instead of it being a rush and really chaotic, and you're trying to beat the grenades, that's a really viable approach.
Because it forces the CTs to either fully swing, commit, or play around the smoke, or back off.
Exactly. So if there's one player in the pit, he has no backup from the AWP, and no one can really help him out. That was always a lot of fun. A lot of teams do run that strategy, but maybe NiP don't have that. We're in there set up right now. Lovely positioning for Galbi. Does he get away with it? Maybe not. Forest, decent trade, but they're taking a lot of damage for it. 2 players, around 25 HP. Up towards B they go. Gade looking to reclaim the tunnels potentially as he sits right at the mouth there.
That's so low, Henry.
In front of a Molotov.
Forrest caught another bullet. Now Gage is waiting on the end of the tunnels. He greets Lekro with a smile and Norg. Valda just catching Forrest on the advance as well. Round disintegrates for the Ninjas. This will be double digits for North in the second map of this series. A significant stomping on map 1. Now, the conversation that we started was perhaps just unprepared to do damage on North's map pick. Just a bit of a mismatch. But it seems to have carried over to Dust 2.
If you are just joining us, maybe a casual NiP fan, they are a massive organization within Counter-Strike and esports in general. This is the 0-2 stage of the tournament. This means that losing this particular series means you are out, and there is a change within the last year which meant at majors if you go 0-3 in this stage of the tournament, you have to go back through the minor system. You have to go right back to where you started, and NiP have been there a few times before, missed out on a couple of majors, generally didn't even make it through the minors.
I remember the celebrations when, you know, they got to Katowice.
And we're looking at the vast amount of talent in European CS right now. You look at the likes of Crazy turning up to making a name for themselves, right? We knew they had some good players there, but no one thought they'd be taking teams like FaZe down in this tournament, right? You think about that level where they've kind of exploded onto the scene in the last 6 months. Imagine the talent that's going to be available in 6 months' time. These young guns coming up. Will NiP be able to get through another month?
It's a great question. I mean, looking at the teams that I've seen already that aren't here, you know, a name at the tip of my tongue, just because I really enjoyed that Dust 2 is Fours. Fours, their T side was dynamic. It was inspired. They had some incredible individual plays. Big names. Exa Power impressed me as well. And so it will be NiP looking to find their fifth, the last round of our first half in our second map of our last series on the secondary stream. Valda's coming behind the ball. Oh dear! Backs turn, pants around their ankles, and Gate's going to do exactly the same.
Don't like that.
Yeah, the sound effects from Henry summarize it perfectly. And perfect is not the word NiP are going to be using to describe that one. Just massacred.
On their map pick, their T side has not worked out at all. We'll take a break and see what they've got to say about the second half.
Plenty of utility to work with.
11 rounds from North CT's side, and the Danes just 5 away from living to fight another day. NiP quite the contrary. There you have got their backs up against the wall. I'm Machine. I'm joined by Henry G.
It's map 2, Dust 2, and we'll get into it now. Let's have a look at the replay of the last round. It's pretty woeful, unfortunately. It's a very impressive round for North.
And we will see a start off. Lecro takes some damage, and Kirby connecting onto Lecro. This is...
You have the nerve to do that.
Good question.
quite the chaos.
Well, 2 kills found. Not much to report, I'm afraid. 1 taken down towards long after the take, and then we had a reaction play towards top middle. 5 versus 3. Still a chance to win it, especially if they're focusing towards that B side. I think that's what there's going to go for a gamble stack here. It's like, you know what? They've got 2 at A. If everyone in B, maybe they'll overthink this, and we might be able to take them down.
Is Golden doing it? He's doing it. Something Rops demonstrated on Twitter.
Ouch.
Nice connection from Gade with the P250, all the same.
Golden, Forest remaining, and a must-win pistol round. North don't want to give this one up. This is the round they'll take super seriously.
Absolutely. I mean, this is their window into closing this game out cleanly.
The smoke towards spawn as well. It's beautiful stuff.
Oh, just salt in the wound.
Just making sure this is... There's no way to get back into it.
They're not committing to A. How is Forest and Golden...
I don't know what to tell you. That's weird. You've got full open A side and you're sending 2 players in towards B?
Well, the bomb on Valda's back could be concerning, and Forest is kind of like just...
Yeah, the open side, you confirmed that, and you're going towards B. It's fascinating.
Still. Looking to
Take
resolve
this,
it. Good catch, safe hands.
Oh, they've actually made a bit of a meal of this.
Nice work, actually. Forest is continuing to apply pressure. He doesn't want to let North get this one. He said they have to try. Wholeheartedly, they don't want to let this one slip away. They had the numbers, they had everything, but Forest is continuing to make things difficult for North. 2 in the round, and 2 versus 2, pushing towards the ramp side. Over there, swinging towards the ramp. It is, it's getting weird. Just Golden, he has the kit, he has the chance, but Kirby will stabilize. A triple from the major winner, major MVP. Oh, so long ago. This is the Starladder Berlin Major 2019. And this likely will be the last map.
Round 2, map 2. Probably the final map on this stream this evening, I'm afraid.
Yeah, that too.
Full eco for an IP 13-4 on the docket. And a B rush for 3 players potentially.
They're running up mid, and the CTs are charging straight towards it. Yugi's just jiggling with the Mag 10, actually, not the weapon of choice for a long-range fight. And 2 CTs, 2 start to walk up. Rez, however, will meet his demise. It's Valda's Mac 10, and the SMG's just going to go put some $600 price tags into the North bank account. So 13 then to 4. Not losing a player. SMG's getting the frags. That's the dream scenario.
Absolutely. This is where the long road will begin for NiP. Gonna need pretty much a perfect CT performance, Alex.
Yeah.
Can happen, but the thing is, T side, when you're a team, you're not exactly a team, quote unquote. Your T side is where you're gonna find the most of your rounds. That's when you're surprising, you can have lurk plays, you can dictate the pace of the game. You know, CT forces, especially when you get compromised buys with FAMASs, no kits. Players on no helmets as well. Like, this is gonna be such an uphill battle.
It certainly will. NiP just have not shown up. Train was a trial. This is the execution. So that's the smoke towards CT in the hands of Valda. He's going to be deploying that one. And actually, they're going to hear the impact. Did damage to get right. They're going to know the one towards CT, and now he's caught off, not only flashbang, but just struggling to get himself back into the safe haven that is CT spawn. North taking quite the damage, but now you can see them using that smoke we saw in the first half. Golden, however, catching one. No trade available for them just yet. Now Kirby's rank 10 arrives in the kill feed in a big way. Forrest caught out close. Get Right's going to clear his corners, but it's not going to work out for him. Valda tucks himself in, has the support of Gade. And North, this is a massacre.
Yeah, that's going to be round. Rez, I'm disappointed at him as an individual. Like, we're not seeing more out of him. Like, we've barely mentioned him in these two maps, and he is the shining beacon, the young aim star. Like, when he first came in, it was akin to Brolan and Fnatic. Right, he was so good compared to the other players in terms of individual mechanics, and then.
But I'm so willing to give him the excuse of.
I get that, but it's just still maps like Dust 2, player of his caliber.
You have weapons.
I'm sorry, he can still frag.
Yeah, certainly. Hasn't been able to deliver. Locked out. It's going to be North closing in on that magic number they've been in hot pursuit of. My goodness, what the run they've had. Other than one blemish, it's been quite the spree. 11 to 4 on the half, and then just stringing together the last 3. But you know, this is quite a new casting challenge for me, actually, Henry. Because I realise
I'm not going to pretend that this has been an easy one.
Yeah, no, it's just because NiP have had such little opportunity. There has not been, too much just evidence that they can compete.
It's the exact opposite of what you talked about before. MIBR, 16 hours a day, turned up, like saying, well, we're going to make the most of this. We're going to do everything we can, managing to get a few wins in there as well with some bigger names. And NiP so far, it's just like they've rolled over.
Yeah, Nade's going to be hot in pursuit of Lekro. Does well with his Deagle, his signature weapon, but won't get too much more. And neither will the Ninjas. This will be 15 then for North. Golden left to his own devices, 4 to find, and actually an opportunity versus Yugi here, but the information's going to be conveyed to his team. He falls off, doesn't want to let anything happen, and now likely going to jump straight into the warm embrace of Kirby. Kajarby. Who do you think's got the most butchered name in Counter-Strike? Who said it? Whose name gets said?
Zipnix.
Yes.
Those two guys over there call them Zipnix all the time.
Those fellas.
Yeah, I love all that, don't they?
Zipex and Zipnix. Yeah, you're right. He wins hands down, doesn't he?
I think so. Like, he doesn't even care himself. He's like, you know what? Both is fine.
I like both. Both have been shouted in stadiums, I'm no complaints here.
They refuse to change, so they just have to go, yeah, no, both is mine.
I mean, Anders did it to me as well. He corrupted my mind. I can't call him Zipex.
I guess Breezy as well. Breeze or Breezy.
Yeah.
That's one. They're both playing right now.
They are. There you go. We'll be able to check that out once we
I promise you that game is going to be a lot more exciting than this one. They just went to quad overtime in the first map. They're in the second right now. As much as I don't want to discredit our own broadcast here, this is the final round of a very underwhelming game.
Yeah, certainly. Leaving some to be desired. Smoke will arrive. Yugi's this time the one to throw it.
Definitely know what's coming. 19 seconds to the top turret. make it.
And let's see if NiP
Defense here.
can fend this one off.
Time and ease and break.
Towards the A site they go. Whether or not they're committing, that's not necessarily a guarantee. The Molotovs do come in, one perhaps just missing the mark a little bit, or perhaps enough of an indicator that they're going to be going towards B. Golden's going to be digging himself in towards the B bricks. Forrest's back on plateau. T side through middle. Looks like it might be that burst smoke we talked about, or just the frag instead.
God,
Wow.
that was
Willing to
painful
take the
watch.
fight, get right. Goes down, now the numbers are level, now Gage cleared out the A side just like that. Oh no, Gage finds another, Lekro's gone.
I think that might be all she wrote. They have got kits. A man disadvantage though, making a lot of noise with the spawn. Golden probably next on the chopping block. Forrest there as well. And here we go, Rez with it all to play for. A tournament he's going to want to forget. We'll see him spray down at two players there. NiP just roll over on that map, pick up dust too. Nothing really to report. Not much to celebrate, I'm afraid, if you're a North fan either. They've now got two more best of threes in front of him.